week last week, and hoping to trend upwards here in Miami.
Questions? You have a long history in Miami. I think I even covered you at the Junior Orange Bowl at something way back when.
Yeah.
Just when you're playing in a tournament that's so familiar, I mean, how do you approach a tournament that you feel so at home here? You have such a long history in this community.
I mean, it's like every other tournament. I mean, obviously there's an extra, like, special, I guess, sauce to it because it is close to home. But you can't, I feel like and some players kind of embrace that, and some prefer to keep it, low key. So I think I'm one of those players that just kind of treat it like another tournament. And yeah.
What are your goals and expectations for the Miami Open?
I mean, the biggest goal would be to win. I think this is one of the tournaments. I mean, you want to win a lot of tournaments, but if I had to choose, I would really want to win this one, just because it is close to home and the crowd is pretty much full of people that I know. So it would be pretty cool for them to maybe not watch me hold a trophy on TV and experience it in real life.
We interviewed Jess Pagula a little while ago. You seem to have a really nice, special chemistry with her. Can you talk about your relationship a little bit?
Yeah, Jess is one of the nicest players on tour, and honestly, when we teamed up, I didn't know her as well. I mean, there's an age gap there, so she was like the first person I was like, let's be friends. So I started, we played doubles, and then as I got to know her more, she's very funny, she's nice. On court, she looks like she's just, not stagnant, but you know how she is. She's very chill, doesn't get really upset, and she's kind of like that off the court, but she definitely has more of a goofy side to her. And I think we just mesh really well. We are very competitive people, but we know when to, have fun on the court. We're not always talking about the match during the match, and I think that's what I need when I'm playing both singles and doubles, because it can get intense, especially in singles. So it's nice to have someone who kind of can be intense, but also, in some moments be fun.
I think she said she was just talking with your dad about the World Baseball Classic because
Yes.
your brother is
Yeah.
a baseball player?
Yes.
Are you going to be attending, or what's
Yes,
going on with that?
I will be attending tonight, so that's exciting. I've been liking baseball for a little bit now. I wouldn't say I'm an avid fan, but I definitely know the game because of my brother. I used to call his games. So I'm excited to go tonight. I hear that's going to be potentially one of the most watched baseball games ever. So I'm super excited. Obviously cheering for the U.S., but Shohei Ohtani, he's a New Balance athlete, so I'm gonna root for him to have a good game, but not good enough where he beats us.
What level does your brother play at? Where is he?
He's playing travel baseball. He's in high school right now, and he's also playing travel baseball. I think he's ranked #1 catcher in Florida, and I don't know where he is in the country, maybe like top 5 or something for his position. So he's getting there, but you try not to hype him up.
You spoke about your age before. I was thinking you probably weren't alive the last time an American man won a Grand Slam, right?
Nope. Who was that?
Andy Roddick.
Randy Roddick, yeah, in
What's it meant-
2002, right?
Yeah, what's it
Yeah,
meant
no.
for you to see that come up and get a little closer lately? What's it meant to see that?
It's been pretty cool. I mean, Fritz, Paul, Shelton, Francis, they're all doing well. I'm friendly with a lot of them, especially Francis and Ben. And it's very nice to kind of all of us succeed together. A lot, not to be, too high on horse, but the women were holding it down for a while. So now I would say it's pretty fairly even, and I think the fans should enjoy that with both sides of the game from the U.S. Really doing well, and hopefully, we'll be able to cross that step on the men's side where they can win a Grand Slam. And hopefully, I don't think there's been an American winners in a while. I think maybe Cannon was the last one. So hopefully we can, one of us can win one too.
Is there any friendly banter between you and Francis about that? Do you bring that up? That he needs to be the next one to do it or anything like that?
No, not in that way. I mean, I always give him crap about everything, but no, not so much about that. Because I'm not really one to talk. I haven't done anything like that yet. So yeah, but maybe if I were to win one first, then yeah, I would give him something. Or if he were to win one first, I'm sure he would too. But like when we practiced together once, and he said that he was locked in after that practice. So that's why he made the semis of Indian Wells. So maybe we should have practiced together here so we could have a good tournament.
When did you notice the age difference between Jessica? Was it
Um,
with the music?
Definitely when I'm talking about certain things, she's like, I don't know what that is. Or when she's talking about certain things, I'm like, I've never watched that before. And then she's like, I feel so old. I think it was like a movie. She's like, you gotta watch it. But I was like, yeah, I don't even, never heard of that. So yeah, those moments, yes, but not very often.
With you and Jessica on the same side of the draw, would you prefer to only meet her in the final, or would prefer not to play her at all?
I mean, it would be great if we meet each other in the final, but I mean, we're gonna have to play eventually. That's just tour life. So I definitely want to play her. I mean, but obviously it would be best in the final.
Back to the baseball World Classic, you mentioned Shohei Ohtani. What do you like? Do you like him about?
He's just good at everything he does. I mean, the guy came clutch last night, hitting that double, yeah, that was the reason why they were able to get that walk off last night. And I just like players like that. I mean, I've only read a couple of his interviews, but he just seems like a very funny guy. I've seen some clips on TikTok of him like during the games of making faces or his weight, and I just like that kind of low key swagger. I mean, he knows he's good, but he's very like chill about it. And yeah, and obviously pitching. I mean, he's very hard. I mean, because my brother plays baseball, I know it's hard to be very good at, especially pitching and hitting. And the fact he's dominating both and probably one of the greatest in the game right now is impressive. And yeah, I'm glad that Envy was able to snag him.
How happy were you that Jessica decided to play
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was gonna play it or not. I figured she would because it was, so close to home. So I'm super excited. I feel like we have a great team, even with Jess, and then we also have Maddie Keys, Katie, and I think Danielle Collins too. So it's like a super strong team. And yeah, I'm happy that Jess can play. I don't know if we'll be the doubles team that plays, but if we are, obviously, it'll be a pretty tough lineup for our opponents.
CoCo, how do you spend your time off the court when you're not playing and enjoying your life off the court?
Mostly with my brothers. I mean, the World Baseball Class is obviously an outstanding sporting event, but I don't know if I would have went if my brothers weren't coming with me. So, doing stuff with them, chilling with friends. Lately, I've been getting into escape rooms. I like those. I want to do one here. But yeah, just typical stuff. A lot of times I'm like super busy, so sometimes I just like to lay in bed at home.
Jess talked about supporting a service dog charity.
Yes.
Do you have some causes that are near and dear to your heart that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I definitely do. I am starting my own foundation. I don't know when it'll, actually become a thing, but it'll be very focused on youth, supporting the youth in sports and in education. That's something that, especially in my community in Delray, around Pompey Park, you see a lot of kids who have unbelievable talents, but not the resources to do that. So I'm grateful in the position to be able to help provide those resources. And with my family and my grandparents, anybody who is in Delray knows my grandparents and knows how involved they are in the community. So with their leadership, they'll help me, I guess, make that set in foundation. And yeah, but it's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be starting. Well, I've already started the process, but doing more in the future.
It looks like you have an incredibly close family.
Yeah.
Is that like real strong and important to you?
Yeah, my family means a lot to me. There's always those people who are going to tell you the truth, and everything that they say comes from, good meaning, good heart. And I think I'm very lucky to have family like that. I know a lot of people don't have that, so it's something I don't want to take for granted and enjoy it while they're here.
Last two.
CoCo Wilkin Brutus with WRN, South England PR. I'm actually out of Palm Beach County. I live about 20 minutes from Delray Beach, so
nice.
it's great to see a local excel so well. In the age of social media, we have a lot of athletes who are using their platform to move their thoughts on social media, on mental health, social issues. What is it like to have an organization like WTA support women's right to express their thoughts, especially athletes?
Yeah, I think I'm super proud to be a part of WTA. I would say this organization, especially where it's come from, has led so much change in the world and has helped build so many athletes and personalities, not just in the sport, but in the world in general. And I'm grateful that, WTA usually always is supporting and wants the players' best interests at hand. I'm just grateful to be a part of this organization, and I'm grateful for my peers a part of this organization, and I hope that maybe 20, 30 years from now when I'm done from the game, maybe some other player can say I help not change the WTA, but because it just doesn't need that much, but help, play a part into it. Like especially like players like Billie Jean King and Serena and Venus and former players like that. So they're definitely the reason why I'm here now, and I think that's what makes the WTA special because a lot of it pretty much was built by players and made for players. So yeah.
And certainly life is much bigger than just training and performing on the world's biggest stage. What do you do for self-care, especially for folks who see you as a beacon of hope for the next CoCo, possibly, especially coming out of Palm Beach County maybe? What do you do for self-care?
I do a lot of things. I've been doing a lot lately, going to the beach and reflecting. Journaling is something I've done since I was very young, and just reflecting and taking care of my mental health in general. I think it's important. I'm glad now that people are starting to realize the importance of it because I feel like maybe if it was more popular earlier on, a lot of lives could be saved. So I'm grateful that I'm in a position to be able to access those resources for myself. And like I said, with your question, I definitely want to have that chance to give those resources to other youth who definitely need it, especially in this age in the world where I feel like a lot of things are complicated right now.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.